Whoever's alarm is this? Yours? Friends, shall we start? All ready? Decked up? Shubham, can you help a few friends to grab a chair? Shubham, just wave me once we have to start. Okay, good evening. May I have your attention, please? Are we all ready for this? Hi, I would just have very few minutes of time to speak today. Don't worry, it is your show. The attention is yours all, and the intention is also basically to help you network with each other, talk more, explore more, and okay. So what I was highlighting is this is your show. So there are some very weird things that are going to happen. If you have attended any of our not networking events, you know that we just try to be very, very wacky and cool in the ideas that we explore. But at the same time, today's event is also very unique. You all have a small intro of what Wallet Bureau is all about in your inboxes, which I'm hoping that you already read. It's true? Yes? Yes. Okay. I know you guys are HNIs. I know we are here to talk about money, but we can be outspoken also a bit. Yes. Okay. Great. The concept of money is very weird and very interesting, especially in this country. Either we talk a lot about it, wherein we have to showcase to the world what we belong, where we belong to, what we have, versus at times we are very hideous and very secretive about it. If you know where, like, the bottom line is everybody needs money in life, everybody wants money to work for them, but at the same time there is no event or a place or a group or a network where I can just go and talk about money, about how I made it, how you are making it, how together we can make much much more of it.
Hey. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Fayaz Rizvi. I am the member of RISE team. Before I proceed further, I just wanted to understand when you first walked into this door, what do you think about RISE? What is RISE? By show of hands. Yes, Mr. Gentleman. All right. Lovely. Thank you very much. Please, gentlemen. That's a very interesting thought. Well, just to build on that, gentlemen. Well, Rise is we have three verticals in place. First, the co-working space, as you rightly pointed out. Second, the events place, which keeps this place buzzing. And third is the accelerator, which is the incubator lab, which is run by Barclays. All right. There is much more to this place. Within this 2 minutes, it will be very much. I'll not be able to complete what this place is all about. But to sum it up, I can just say this place is we are creating disruptors in technology. We are creating next level of technology. You need not require to go to a bank to just to drop in a check. We are creating all with just a click of a button. This is Rise was born with a vision to create a fintech ecosystem, and here we are today, 1 year down the line, and we are already hitting the spots. So in case you want to know more about this place, please feel free to reach me. I sit in the first cabin, and you can just contact me about how this place and how you can be involved with this place more. Okay. So thank you very, very much, ladies and gentlemen. Sit back, relax. It's a Barclays initiative. Yes, yes. So, ladies and gentlemen, sit back, relax, and enjoy the evening. I'll hand over the mic to Manshu. He'll take it further. Yeah? We have a special video that we want to showcase. Please. All right. And just to give you a teaser, this is we.
Innovation is everywhere. Change occurs rapidly from all parts of the globe. RISE provides us with a way to connect, a way to tap into the collective wisdom of the crowd, a way to co-create with the global RISE community. Scale your vision to the global market through RISE. This is an invitation to the innovators of the world. Connect, co-create, and scale. Welcome to RISE.
Okay. Check. Okay, great. We talked about the whole concept of money, and it's a very funny thing. Like whenever I'm a technology guy, by the way. So at a young age, all of you have tried to be problem solvers. You're solving a problem, creating a market out of it, and basically trying to earn money off it. Now you are at a stage, some of you at least, are at a stage wherein you want to solve problems, but not hands-on. You want to know how can my money be utilized somewhere else. I deplete my resources somewhere and get money solve the problem. And that is how, as an investor, I would really grow. Just a funny thing that I would want to share. One is, as I said, I'm a tech guy. The moment I started, the mic was just acting a bit more funny. And this really happens. You start trying to solve problems slowly and steadily. I was with you in the lift, I remember, when we were coming upstairs in the building. No, no, with him. We were together. What really happened is I was thinking about this building, Rise Mumbai, already kicked up about, yes, we are talking about money today. I'm going to Rise. I'm in the Rise building. What really happens is that somebody tells me that it's floor number 9. And I hit floor number 9. You hit 19. I never introduced myself. First opportunity lost. You go to 19, I come down to 9. And at floor number 9, there's nobody. It is a deserted area. And I'm the host of the show. Like the moment I entered, I thought there would be lights, camera, and action, and yay, and yo. And floor number 9, dead. Then I go to another lift. I try pressing 19 really, really hard. That, like this thumb is still hurting. But 19 won't press. Okay, I changed my lift. The second lift, third lift gave up. I went back to the ground floor, went to the watchman. I said, कुछ भी करो, 19 number दबाना है. कैसे करेगा? He said, sir, you are using the wrong lift. As simple as that. There are two sides of the. I don't know how many of you face challenge coming up here. Okay, okay. No, is everybody a player here? Like you really made it in life, okay? So, and it generally happens with me, and that is how I end up talking. Okay, and a big hand for him so that he also agrees. Most of you have done this. Come on. So what really happened and really struck me saying that the reason we are here today is to share knowledge. Of course, today I won't be sitting across somebody and challenging or pitching or doing anything wherein he just removes his checkbook and say blah blah blah, blah, here's your $1 million. It doesn't happen that way. Relationships are to be built, but most importantly, one thing that we need to know is, are we in the right lift? Because you will not rise till the time you are in the right lift. So the point really made straight the whole thing today for me. And with that point, I want to have an introduction between all of you. Now, whenever you go to events, there are 2, 3 kind of introductions. With the raise of hands, somebody would say, we are businessmen, we are investors, we are professionals, blah, blah. Or there is a mic that really passes on. In both the scenarios, half of them are not interested really. Our funda is very simple. You have already had a discussion before the event. After the event, there's an open networking session. But right now, we want you to meet at least 4 people who you have never talked to. Can you see faces in the room you have never met? Right? At least here, nobody would say we are players. Okay, we know everybody here. Okay, so we want you to connect with each other. But there's a small fun activity to it, because if there's no fun, then why to do these events on a weekend? So everybody has a thread on their table. Pick one thread, just one. Okay, this is an ice-breaking activity. A very unique way of introducing yourself. Everybody has a thread. Okay, ek haath mein le lo yaar, please, for me. Okay, great. So this thread is probably your life, your business, your personality, whatever. You can like visualize, but this is no motivation seminar. So only visualize logical things. Okay, we'll have a small game like a musical chair game. You have seen musical chairs, right? There's a music that plays and then you go around and the music stops and you stop. Everybody's clear with that simple game? Now the twist to it is, the moment music stops, whoever you are around and who you don't know that person, just approach that person, introduce yourself, talk about your business, your venture, your investments, anything that you want to talk of in the next 30 seconds, 40 seconds. The moment you close your discussion, what is required is one of the 2 people who meet each other have to talk like, for example, your name is Shiv. Hi Shiv, Himanshu here. Okay, we made an introduction. After the introduction, I said that I actually build technology around CSR, corporate social responsibility. I need CSR heads and CSR. And you said, you know what? I know this gentleman who is the CSR head of XYZ company. You just try to help me out in that 1 minute. And this is the trick. Can we really generate a lead or a help or an advice or an advisor for the other person in that 1 minute of our discussion? If we can, then the relationship is really noteworthy. Okay, and that is where we try the knot with each other. So this is a noteworthy relationship. And in case if you realize that, no, I can't generate a lead or I really can't make that pitch in that 1 minute, it is not worthy. And then we move on. And then the music again goes. You are just supposed to meet 3 to 4 people and tie knots with them. And we want to know how many of you are able to tie a knot every time you meet another person. You can either seek help or give help to them. Is this clear? Was this very confusing? The music starts. The music starts, you go around, the music stops, reach out to the person you don't know, discuss in 30 seconds, discuss your venture. If you can generate something exciting with that person in those 30 seconds, tie a knot, and that is not worthy. If you can't tie the knot and you don't find anything exciting, it is not worthy. Move on. Okay? Can we start the music? And it is difficult because you have to move around this space, and yes, yes, of course. I know. What you have Get up, get up, get up, get up, get up. And you can shake a leg also. If you like that.
पैसा पैसा करती है क्यों पैसे पे तू मरती है
Do not talk to the person you already know. Do not
एक
talk
बात
to
मुझे बतला दे तू उस रब से क्यों नहीं डरती है क्या होता है पैसे का पैसे की लगा तू ढेरी बारिश कर तू पैसे की जो तू हो जाए मेरी मैं बारिश कर तू पैसे की
Figure out the person that you have never met right now and discuss. Okay, now start moving again. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hello.
पैसा पैसा करती है क्यों पैसे पे तू मरती है
Hello, 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 hello. It's so much. The volume out here is so much that they are not able to hear the. Hello, 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 hello. नहीं नहीं इन लोग का आवाज ऑटोमेटिकली कम हो जाएगा तो लोग बात कर पाएंगे. Hello, 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 everyone.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
Hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. It's also working. Hello, hello.
क्या होता है पैसे का पैसे की
Hello,
लगा
hello,
तू
hello.
ढेरी बारिश कर तू पैसे की जो तू हो जाए मेरी मैं बारिश कर तू पैसे की जो तू हो जाए मेरी
Boy, I'm one of a kind you see. Not the girl you want me to be. My love is priceless, baby. Money can buy me. Boy, I'm one of a kind you see. Not the girl you want me to be. My love is priceless, baby. Money can buy me.
ये कभी बोलती पैसे को प्यार से तोलती हर बार तेरा एक रूप नया ना भेद दिलों के खोल
Hello. 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 Friends. Friends. Hello.
Hello, 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 hello.
साउंड मतलब वी आर फेसिंग अ चैलेंज regarding your sound. आप जो माइक पे बात कर रहे हो ना, that can be the highest it can go. Ideally, it has an intensity way higher. और लेकिन to answer just a request, apologize कि पता नहीं कैसे हो रहा है, लेकिन not sure why it is, but थोड़ा अभी सब बैठ जाएंगे ना, you will be able to talk. तब आवाज आएगी, पर अभी it will be a challenge.
You need to tie the knot if you're talking. No, no, ऐसा not. The thread becomes ऐसा नहीं. Tie the knot with that so that the thread is longer. हाँ, tie करते रहो. Tie with other two, then other two, as long as possible. They have a 6 feet thread now. Yes. guys नहीं है. Okay, friends, please take your seat. Rohit, Rohit. Friends, please grab your seat so that I can start. You can pass the threads to me. This is wrong. This is wrong, I think. Why? Okay, pass it on to me. The moment everybody is seated, we'll start again. No, not the thread, of course. अच्छा, in India we have this habit of saying अगर इतना हो गया है तो 20% तो discount कर लो. Should I discount it by 20%? This is all real. Okay, okay. Guys, I need your attention. I need your attention. So I have a few samples of what just came out of the whole activity. Settle down, settle down. The next couple of activities that we do. You can take those back benches. The smartest ones for taking always the back bench. Okay, the next couple of activities that we do, I just want to set a tempo to it. Some of you were figuring out where to tie the knot. I don't know, even without like with a demo, if you couldn't figure out, probably I was not audible, or probably you didn't pay attention to what the game was. There were a few who were able to crack this big, and then there are some who were able to reach here, and then there are some जिनका thread है ना उनकी जेब में अभी. I don't know for what reason, like लेके छोड़ यार धंधा दिख रहा है. So again, that's life. The point that I'm trying to make is that, and you already agree that your net worth is your network. True? Anybody has a doubt on that? Any network se kuch nahi hota? Anyone? No? Okay. So if you are talking that the network is the net worth, and then there is this concept of 6 degrees of separation, that you are connected to every individual on this planet in 6 steps or 6 relations. The friend of a friend kind of a phenomena. Everybody is aware of this? Or was this you? It was for some. Raise hands if this was new to you. Now everybody is again a player. Everybody already knew this. It's good. I appreciate it. So the idea is that everybody is connected. I am already connected to you in 6 steps. There are 5 friends in between. A friend, then a friend of a friend, then a friend, and then you are a friend of that person. So that is how we are connected. The idea of this knots was that given a certain amount of time, there are few who will figure out to meet as many number of people and make the thread as long as this. There are a few who would concentrate on saying that let me meet one guy. I don't want to be part of this circus. Let me meet one guy, 10 minutes deploy on him, and then this is all eggs in one basket kind of a scenario that a person takes. And then there are a few who are happy, interacting, but still not tying the knot. Like we have 400 friends on Facebook. We come from good schools, colleges, jobs, and businesses. We have enough people to grow. Can we tie a knot with them? Is what will decide whether the network grows or not. So I hope that this activity gave you some insight first about yourself. What kind of person you are. Were you aggressive? Were you passive? Were you concentrating on that one guy who looked rich? Or were you concentrating on just trying the knot with as many as possible? And I hope this activity was not worthy for you. Okay, thank you so much. I would proceed ahead now. We talked about the idea of being in the right lift, wherein we share knowledge with people who already know stuff from their particular topic. The real activity, so to say, because there are some people who are still figuring out this formality in this formal event. No, this is not. This is a fun event that we are trying to have here. So the next activity that we have is an experts panel discussion. Now, again, the wacky thing about this panel discussion is I have not met the panel. Animosity, wrong lift, wrong guy, whatever the reason. I have not met the panel. The panel doesn't know me. The panel luckily also doesn't know what I'm going to ask. Okay, we'll take a few questions from the audience. I interacted with the audience, a few of you, like you already know my face by now. I interacted with few of you and there are certain questions that I want to pose to the panel today. The panel comes from a very varied background. I'll introduce them, ask them to come on the podium, on the stage with me, and then we'll start the discussion. The idea behind having this panel discussion is very simple. माल कैसे बनाना है? As simple as that. How can I invest my resources right now in which industry, in what domain? And in case if I'm just going with a versatile approach, what is it that your domain, hey panelists, what is it that your domain brings onto the table for me? Clear? Okay. So with your complete support, I would want to ask Anu Agarwal to be on the stage with me and grab a seat. Anu Agarwal. And for the benefit of all, let me just give a small introduction. Agarwal is today our angel investing expert. She is Deal Initiation and Investment Management Team of Indian Angel Network. IN comprises of successful entrepreneurs and CEOs who invest in startups, also provide valuable strategic input and access to their network. Consists of 450 investors in 10 different countries, a portfolio of 130 companies in 17. Recently, they have launched a sector agnostic IAM fund, which is approximately 175 crores. And I'm sure you're looking for more avenues to invest that in. So, ladies and gentlemen, Anu Agarwal for you from Angel Investing. A big hand again. Next, we have another expert with us, Khusru Patel, from the real estate field. I want Khusru Patel to join me, sir. He is the MD and founder of Jet Printers, founder of one of the most successful printing companies in India, and has won 22 international awards, 325 national awards, including the National Award in Excellence in the printing industry for 11 years consecutively from 2005. Mr. Patel later went on to explore other avenues for investment and eventually chose to invest in land. Today, his investments are valued over 150 crores. A big hand for Mr. Khusru Patel. Third on my list, I have Shiv Bhargav. Shiv, please join me on stage. Bhargav is our expert on investment banking today. He is the SVP of Medium Capital, a seasoned corporate and investment banker, cumulative experience of 15 years spread across Mumbai and Singapore. 10 years in Standard Chartered Bank, instrumental in building the Middle East market in Mumbai and deepening engagement with numerous key corporate clients across Southeast Asia. Has delivered over 100 deals across industries, geographies, and functional areas. Also co-founded a fintech startup called Paydev.in, which has a novel idea to solve complex payment problems in India. Steve is going to talk about investment banking and how he cracks the deals. This right now already closed 100 plus. Welcome, Shiv. A big hand for Shiv. Come on. Last but not the least, we have Vinayak Burman. He is our expert on venture capital. Vinayak, can you join us on the stage? Vinayak Burman is the founding partner of Vertices Partners, a young, energetic, and lead service-oriented Indian law firm established in 2016 by a richly experienced lawyer from diverse practice areas. Previously, a partner at economic law practices. So, Vinayak is going to touch upon the domain of venture capital with us. Can I join you guys? Thank you so much. I hope these mics are okay. Hello.
I think the voice is going to reverberate enough. Check. 1, 2, 3, check. Yeah.
Hello, hello. Yep.
Hello. Okay. So, friend, to all the panelists, one of the biggest criteria that I figured out that the audience want to know is not whether this industry is good enough. They are already aware of it. They are aware that there has been great success stories, right from angel investing to venture capital to investment banking and to real estate. But then there are failures too. So the nishkarsh or the nectar that they want out of our discussion today is whether it is the right time, and if it is the right time and the right avenue, how to really crack the deal. So we are like really greedy out here now, and we will start the round of discussion. So the first question that is being posed right now is, do you feel it is the right time to get into the domain that you are representing today? And if it is the right time, what is the right strategy? Because right time doesn't mean just throw your money on the domain, it will make some money out of it. So we'll start from here.
Sure. So I think to address your question, I'll have to take a construct of a little broader base. I don't think there's in my experience over the last 14, 15 years of representing probably more than 400 to 500 transactions that I've done for several funds and several founders at different stages of capital raise. One learning that I've taken back most importantly is that there is no such construct of a right time. It's always about what the right identification is of the product and the problem that you're trying to go across and find to solve. So to a great extent, as long as any of you as entrepreneurs, founders, potential investors, what you're looking at is to see and try and get that gauging to say that yes, there is this particular product, there is this product which is trying to identify a solution which is broad based mass scale problem solution, and as long as there is genuine ability to try and penetrate that particular problem, there's always a market. How you go across and construct that, how do you approach, what are the inflection points in your business plan, right from the stage of a bare PPT to moving on to a POC, which is a proof of concept, to moving on to scale, and then after that disruption. Those are moments and very relative aspects depending on those individual entrepreneurs and individual business people. But if I have to speak in my personal experience, there is no time better than right now, because the essence of entrepreneurship has built it in to say that there is no concept of a right time. It's about the right identification of the
But
problem.
beyond entrepreneurship, talking specifically of venture capital, like if as a high net worth individual, I want to get into say syndicate of VCs and I want to explore that market, what are the domains that I should now be looking at? I understand that there is no right time, like you make the time right. But at the same time, if I say there are certain industries which are already saturated or too much competitive for a VC to get in right now. So if I just ask you, highlight a few industries that excite you right now, what are these?
So again, as a lawyer, what I've seen various of my VC clients to go across and regularly look at one part, and of course, I think Anu would be a far better person to address in terms of what the identified practice or fortes of those genres of businesses. But one thing which has definitely gone across and created a large excitement is the entire tech-based business platforms. Fintech, of course, as being one of the elements which has done phenomenally well. In fact, we are probably the only law firm which is an associate partner of the DLI, which is the Digital Lenders Association of India. So fintech is going to take a lot of ability to penetrate. Alternate digital lending is becoming a very large thing in the Indian market. But besides, I think tech-based, which is fintech, edtech, medtech as such, there's a lot of potential across manufacturing, consumer durables, pharmaceuticals, test prep, education. So those are the industries that we've seen probably the last 2 years, a lot of activity in the deals. But of course, I leave it to Anu and Shiv
Yeah,
and
I would
Ushu
want
to
you
say
to
about
address
their
this
point.
also because we are talking about edtech, fintech right now. From an investment banking perspective, do you think that getting into such kind of domains, there would be a time like in a couple of years, it will be ready for an investment banker to get into it and really roll things up further?
Um, I think let's just put it in context. I mean, 10 years ago, there was no startup industry in India. Okay. Today, it's a booming industry. We saw various phases in 2010, 11, 12 was the phase where, it was just gradually picking up. 13, 14, 15, those are crazy days. Okay. The valuations had gone berserk. People just wanted to copy what was happening in the West. Or if one person started a concept, there were 10 Me Too's which came up. Then you had Q1 of 2016, Q2, Q3. Those people just busted out. Money ran out. Valuations were down to half, one third, etc., etc. In the last 12 months, after the aftermath of the destruction, we've seen a lot of much smarter, more uh, prepared entrepreneurs which have come up. I think the concept is not more from an industry perspective, but what you can, how you can do it differently. I mean, there is of course tech, which is there. The whole entire gamut of tech is there. Within that, you have certain industries which are saturated, like ecom. Don't get into it unless you got big pockets or you find something which is really exclusive. So ecom something where you will not see too much funding coming through. On the fintech side, if you look at payments, very difficult for any new player to get into that market, except for very small niches which are there. Um, but rest of the other markets are open. I mean, people are now even on the e-com side. I mean, last couple of years you would see more very niche, not generic Flipkart kind of names, but more like a Nykaa, for example, which is specifically for say women fashion. I mean, that's something which will come up. People will go down, drill down even further into niches. I mean, that's something which has happened in the West, and most likely is going to happen, play out in India as well. Correct. So if you it's from the mindset perspective. You say just because I'm there, people are going to love me, and my GMV will grow, to $5 billion. That's not going to happen. What you need to do is I have my proof of concept. This is the this is the value which I can add to my customer, and because of the value which I add, and not because of discounts that I give to them, is because they'll love me and do this over and over again.
Yes. No, your first question was what is the right time? Okay. I'll just need 2 minutes to explain to you all what do I mean by land investment. Basically, if you see, I'm not talking about real estate. I'm talking about land investment by itself. Land in metropolitan cities is very expensive, very difficult to find, and there are figures that most of us can't touch. But land in cities, around two-tier cities, around three-tier cities, is available, is something that we can touch on. And there's never a right time. If you have the money ready with you, if the land is good enough clear, buy it. That's the right time. And your question was, would I invest in? No, something. So now there are some good points and bad points about land. We need to understand it's a slow entry and it's a slow exit. So first of all, what you need to do is first, if you have some capital, please invest it in some shares, some jewelry, something that you can exit the next morning because you need some amount of funds regularly. So please invest your basic first batch of funds that you have in those kind of investments. Then start. Then I started moving into land. What I started doing is search lands outside. I've got on the outskirts of Lonavala, outskirts of Pune, and one prime land in Bombay. The one land in Bombay is not to be spoken of. It's Bombay is crazy. But the lands on the outskirts of Lonavala, outskirts of Pune, they really give a big return. What you need is a good agent. Trust in that agent. You need a lawyer when you're doing venture capital. You need a fund manager when you're doing other. So here also you need a team of people. You need a good agent whom you need to depend on. You need a good lawyer who can check the papers. Go identify, buy the piece. Yeah, the bad points is you need to. It should be in a vicinity where you can go and see it sometimes, if not all the times. And what I did, no, I've got one lawyer and there's no agent anymore. I search it myself. So, but locally you get agents. So what's happened is what I've done principally is I focused at one location and I've built a home over there also. And around that, I've been keeping on investing and selling and investing and selling. So that works fine. You have a weekend home, you can enjoy that. That multiplies. You can keep buying, you can keep selling. It works fine. Yes, there are efforts. Another way of when we say land in metropolitan cities, it's very difficult. You won't get a piece of land in metropolitan city. But what happens is there are buildings who have tenanted properties. The land as such by the builder is for sale, by the owner is for sale because his revenue in that tenancy is nothing. So what you do is you buy that title. You buy the title of that building. Once you buy the title of the building, you are the owner. And then, of course, over the years, you start negotiating with the tenants, start removing them, start negotiating, start moving the tenants. You end up emptying the building, and that land becomes like, it's like 500, 800 times mature for you. But there is an effort.
Uh, I think India has great potential in terms of churning out companies like Google and Facebook. It's been difficult because of lack of angel investing, like he mentioned. Only 10 years ago, angel investing kind of started in India. So now it's taking, picking up steam and it's moving forward. That's one, because there is a lot of talent in India with the right capital, right talent, right backing by the right mentors. We can definitely see great startups coming out of one of our own startups. I'd like to mention here came to us. It was two Pune boys who came to us. It was a tech startup. Today, it's $1 billion company in the US, and they were funded through our startup, and they were taking takes no idea of marketing, nothing. The platform created the marketing, mentoring for them, hired the right people, and they're in the US now. Today, it's a unicorn, and it's Druva. It's called Druva. It's into cloud security also of data and all that. So yes, India has a lot of capability with the right capital and the right mentoring coming in. Yeah. Yes. Who's investing and who's a startup? Okay, yeah, okay, okay. So yes, government is doing a lot of effort now at the state level. Along with that, at Indian Angel also, we are reaching out to the tier two cities in terms of doing a far more sessions out there, creating more awareness, picking up startups from there and mentoring them, so that we can create that platform for them at a higher level. So we do that, and there is a lot of talent, but they need a little more. Kind of a little more mentoring than the Cosmo crowd, I feel. Still, there is a difference. There is a difference, but I think with the right mentoring, it can be achieved.
So I'll give you a perspective slightly again in terms of, the perspective of how I think land investment, like Khushru sir said, is a very, very different aspect, the mindset for that, because the quantum, the effort, the time and the size is much larger compared to, a lot of early stage investments. But again, I think Anu and team will of course agree. From an investor's perspective, and most of my investor clients, which is, which ranges from an ultra high net worth individual to all the way probably to a, one of the largest private equity funds of the, not just probably the country, but maybe larger fund in the world as well. Few things are very common and very, very absolutely, I would say from a checker and maker, the must-haves that all of them look at. One of the most important aspect as an investor that you're looking at is the founder and the team. Because I think one of the most important aspects that anyone who's looking at raising capital needs to realize that depending on the stage of which the investor comes in, so right from the seed stage where the investor probably is, the group of the triple Fs, I call it the triple F, the friends, families, and the fools. So depending on that situation, they take the highest risk, because at that point of time, they're probably investing in you at the time when it's an idea, it's a concept. And from there onwards, you're moving on to institutional investments in the form of angel investors through consortium or otherwise. Then you're moving on to venture capital funds. And then you're moving on to growth capital funds in the form of private equity investors. So the risk ratio and the matrices keep decreasing. But the commonality at the end of the day is everyone's taking a bet, not just on your business plan, but more importantly on you as the founder or as the founders. So few things from an investor perspective is to ensure the team becomes very important. What is the construct between the founders? How is the chemistry between the founders? What have you thought about in terms of your perspective of the business? Is it the perspective that the company and the business is much above the self interest? So few things that matters is, as a early stage founder, are you going across and ensuring that you're looking at building the company to the T and everything is back to the company? Or are you trying to look at a mark to market salary and take the money out? Because no investor wants that to be factored in as if it's a salary going to you to show that you're mark to market comfort. But at the end of the day, you're an entrepreneur. So for me, even like, not forget being a lawyer, or forget being managing partner of a law firm. At heart, I'm an entrepreneur. So the largest pain point is to ensure that as an entrepreneur you realize, because there's so many palpitations, there's so many moments when you think I should have done this or I should have done that. You're doing a reverse check. As an investor, the comfort is that the priority is that the company is always above. So you look at the mindset of the entrepreneur, you see the team and the strength of the team, you see the business plan, you look at how sound the elements of thought processes, even from a contract. A lot of people say you don't need lawyers at an early stage, you need them at a much later stage. But I have seen a lot of early stage investors appreciating founders when they have actually thought through the construct of what a founders agreement is, thought through the construct of what the investment would be, thought through the roles between the 2 to 3 founders that are there, and technically ensuring no one's overlapping between the others roles, getting the significance. But again, of course, from an investment banking perspective, I'm sure Shiv can bring up some other stuff.
Uh, the person behind never changes. Whether you are at Series A, Series B, Series D, IPO, raising $5 million, $5 billion, or whatever, the person behind it obviously remains important. But the importance starts going down when you are at the drawing board stage. There is nothing else but the founder. But 1 year down the line, 2 year down the line, 3 years down the line, you should have shown what you've done. So the numbers, as the time goes by, you've actually done something. So that's your numbers behind you should show. I mean, yeah, it should back you up from what you. And while history is not, a gauge into the future, but there is no other gauge. So I mean, you have to look at historicals and see what you've done. I mean, that's the best proxy which is available, and you got to work from there. Sure. The other way. The other way around. Chaprasi to see. See, the processes start kicking in, within say a year of where you started off. In the initial time, you don't need processes because A, I mean, there's no need for it. And B, you need to be quick and nimble. There will be times you'll probably be pivoting on your business model every 3 or 6 months, right? You really can't build processes when you want to pivot the whole damn thing, right? Because you're spending so much time on it. But as time goes by, as you narrow down and you realize you want to do this, and then you realize I can't do all of it. And this you funnel it down and you down to 2 or 3 things which you really can do well. And that's when that should happen in about 12, 18 months, depending on the company, maybe longer. Which is, if you're coming at like say a pre-series A stage where you say the company is raising maybe quarter, half million, somewhere in that region, up to a million, quarter to a million. If a founder is on leave that day, the company shouldn't like people shouldn't be running around. At least that much should be there. If he's sick, the company should go on. I mean, the operations, the basics should go on. Maybe the strategy is not getting done. Maybe the X factor is still not there because you're still relying a lot on the founder. Um, but besides that, I mean, at that stage, you still will not have too many processes. You will have some. At least you need to hear them talk of processes coming in. There should be somebody organized. If you have, say, 4 businesses and say 3 co-founders, you can't have all 3 looking at all 4. I mean, that's a bad sign. But if you have 3 separately earmarked people, I mean, at least those kind of things should start coming in. It's like, a gully cricket team. I mean, just to take a, so you can't have 11 all-rounders in the team. There need to be 5 batsmen and 2 all-rounders and whatever. I mean, at least that much should be done. Yeah, correct.
I'll answer that. But before that, I want to make you all understand something. We are all over here talking about different investments. It's first of all, we've done well in our life. We've got some investment that we want to park somewhere. The whole point is everybody is made differently. Everybody's nature is differently. Everybody can manage things differently. Try out small investments in all the areas. What suits you fine, what you can manage well is where you should take a big leap. Is what I would like to tell everybody. And sorry, your question, I forgot. No, it's you start getting into the circle of real estate. People, there are agents who start giving you tips. They start telling you what is there. Go see the property. There's another friend of mine. Actually, I'm running my own business, so I'm busy. But there's another friend of mine who's made this a business. What he does is he's traveling. For example, he's traveling from Bombay to Pune, and he sees a JCP or a Pokelin. These are these earth moving machines working somewhere. If he's in his Mercedes, he will not go. He will track it. He will not go. Next day, he'll go back. He has a broken Jeep. He has a broken Enfield. He will go over there. He will start talking to the locals. What's happening over here? What's happening? साहब इधर एक नया हाईवे आ रहा है इधर वो ऐसा हाईवे आ रहा है ये आ रहा है then he starts going to go to the Tesla's office. He sits over there on his broken vehicles. He's got all the excellent vehicles, but he has specific vehicles to travel in these areas. Goes there, understands, sits with them. Okay, okay. 4 साल में ये आने वाला है यहाँ पे टाउनशिप आने वाला है यहाँ पे हॉस्पिटल आने वाला है. Okay, that's where he starts investing. The growth over there is phenomenal. Once the highway is made, once the infrastructure comes over there, the growth is phenomenal. Just can't imagine. I'm really not being able to do that because I'm running my own business. I really don't have that kind of time to travel regularly. So what I'm doing is locations around me, wherever I can manage, I'm going there, searching places, finding out, do deep rooting, ask the neighbors what's happening, ask people around what's happening, and then try and invest. So it's about what is your lifestyle, how comfortable you are in, and that's how you should invest. It's not only that, please only invest in land. If you can't manage that, if you can't go over there, if you can't see that every 3 months, don't do that. If your lifestyle is only in Bombay, you can only not go out at all, invest in one of these forums. Think of it. But the best thing is when you start investing, invest small chunks in 3-4 locations, in 3-4 aspects, like what we are trying to talk over here. Next 4-5 years, see what works for you, see what you like, see what you can manage, and then start investing big chunks in one area. That's what I would say.
So it's as an investor, it's a high risk, high return game. That is one. So we're talking about investments that could give you 250x return, and there will be investments which you'll have to write off. So that is one. In terms of what was the other thing you? Ah, all right. So I think Vinayak touched upon that. Team is the most paramount thing that is important. Yes, team is important. Along with that, we also see the value proposition and the market the startup is targeting. But having said that, execution is the most important thing. Having a strong team does not say it all. The ability to execute the plan is very important. And that is what the game changer is. In fact, on a lighter note, like Vidya Balan says all the time, entertainment, entertainment, entertainment. We at Iron always says execution, execution, execution. So that's the key of picking a right startup from a startup that may fizzle along the way. Yeah.
As I said, it's about 5% in the other stuff. Not even in structure. Real estate is more over the structure by itself, the way I define. My 95% is in plan. 5% is in that you can liquidate tomorrow morning. That huge something that 95% is a big number. I'm sure there are people who are going to pick your brain after this panel discussion. How come you're able to manage this fund yourself? Those who have a point, I'll explain you that.
So I think as Indians, we can't ignore the impact of real estate investing. All of us will be invested in real estate at some point. Yes, so I am via and gold. Yeah, that goes without saying. So yes, that's one bucket that I am invested in. The other is equities because that's something I've been doing for the longest time. And startup is exciting because um, right now, to start off, I've in the startup because in the startup, my ticket size is a little small, and I plan to continue growing this because I think there is immense scope there. In spite of writing off the losses, it should be a good return there. Yeah.
the word real estate. I define the word real estate is construction. Whereas I am trying to explain to you all to buy land. Real estate returns is about 18% a year. And return is 400%. Or in most of the cases. So the question over here is, I have not heard about a group of people doing that in terms of land. I don't think whether I would do that. You tell me there's a group of 10 and we need 2 more people to join in and do this. No, I would not want to do it. I would want to do it on my own. I wouldn't mind buying a smaller piece. So even if you show me a return that, okay, in this group of 12, the return would be 600%. And if you're doing on your own, it's like 300%. Builders in South Bombay are doing that, but in land, I'm not sure. Building on the land versus the land. The sense of a land development also has the you have the ability to have control, you always get joint development partner, multiple return portfolios. But to answer Shiv's question, there are more than enough vehicles that are now starting. There are various investment funds. Living in a REITs construct, investment trust construct that comes in, where multiple people are giving their money. And then that investment vehicle goes across either plot or a consortium plan or a development capacity. And when the liquidation is done, depending on what liquidation of stock is, they get their returns divided. That is there. That is gradually gaining traction with the country today. So, but of course, it's still doing. So the question is, would I invest? No. Something like what she's doing. Okay, I have no knowledge. If I want to park some money over there, I would go to a company like that. But in land building, I have knowledge. So I'm not going to do that. Like somebody who's, like she's into angel managing. So she's fine. But when she wants to do land, she has no knowledge. So then I would advise her, go to a group like this, invest over there. Because that's your comfort zone. You're a champion over here, you don't know this, invest in this group, try your luck. But here, I know this myself. If I want to do a startup, then I would go into this kind of a comfort zone. Because that's not my knowledge. And you can't be a champion of everything. The measurement of your own capability of putting it off. It's very clear what you are. It's also a matter of perception choice. For him, the choice is he does not want to rely on any third party. He knows the domain. Because I know the domain. But where I don't know the domain, I'm ready to rely. I have to. Because I can't be a champion of everything. You just can't be a champion of everything. So I would like to conclude the panel. I have one question. These experts are supposed to all the queries. I have a very small question. So you said in the startups, in the startups, we retain your job. In the startups, you said there are risk of companies just winding up. So what's the percentage like? I mean, I'm learning. I want to repeat the question because that's a wicked question. Let me ask everything.
So there again.
Suppose I invest in 10 companies.
So I like to pitch Indian Angel there to answer that. I think we've got a fabulous track record so far. We've done an IRR of 30%. Reason being, we've been very, very particular about the kind of companies we have backed, the kind of deals that have come into our network. So we've been lucky on that front.
No, don't tell me IRRs and all the big language. If I invest in 10 companies, what are my chances of losing in
Sir, it depends. Sir, it depends what companies you ended picking up and the reason why you picked up. So just to give you an example, 10,000 companies come into our network every year. Only 250 go to the pitch session, 40 get invested. So again in that 40, which did you pick up? Right? Somewhere you would have used your own judgment.
1000, 2000, how much of filter can you do? How much can you bring it down closer to the ability that the ratio of 1 is to 100 changes to a 1 is to 10? So that's what any of these consortiums do. But it's very difficult. So market stats, if you act out as a banker, I'll tell you, as a lawyer, I'll tell you it's 1 is to 100.
And that's across all
Not P.
and P's also.
Not P. P. Why P is growth capital. They already know that.
There are times when
Sorry, he still wants to shut the panel, so let's give him the moment.
I'm just saying there are times like till date I always told the audience now, hang on, we need to conclude. This is the ulta now today. Hang on, we need to conclude. So as I said that the next session is to the break that we are starting in. We want every expert to be on every table that such kind of questions really come out. And right now, to address an audience, we really can't say numbers or name of companies or people. Those personal questions will come on the table also. So I am declaring a break right now. Take a 10-minute break, everybody catch up again, and then we'll have every expert sitting on every single table so that we can have more personal communication and questions resolved. Thank you so much. A big hand for the panel. Thank you.
Please burn their money, yeah. What are you saying?
No, but I'm telling you, their risk ratio is that much low. They don't take risk. Yeah, it's growth capital.
Check. It's a 10-minute break. 10 minutes.
अब मैं तुम्हारे उस पे जाऊंगा अपने कौन बी स्कूल मतलब बी स्कूल सकता ये अच्छा लग रहा है
And I think it's 20 seconds. Next time explore and like the more I can do, I can ask like you have something to say.
Portfolio management. Yeah. No, not really entrepreneur. I thought we know some running it far. Now you're the custodian as it is the brand. Basically, we think that we understand strategy and instead of doing take care of somebody. I think it's an enjoy the growth. Yeah, enjoy the growth. It's a huge responsibility. At the end of the day, now it's whoever's going out to go with the brand management. I know well in this industry is customer financial services. All kinds of brands. Some of the friend of mine quit being a private equity player and turned out started his own company. 2.2 capital. I've heard the name. Yeah. They are very, very close to the I know a lot of people who focus on their part. And again, with the same person as the Sanyo research. Why? I think the maintenance was a private equity approach. And the average returns are 25 to 30% of the luckiest returns. And the people who you need again to get employed. 25 lakhs is a large chunk. There's a person who's come with the mindset. Put it here and I'm at least sure that at an average, someone has said the BSc standard average is 70%. At least you know the return is coming. That's the challenge in terms of unlisted securities. Dutch finance has been the master of this industry. Yeah, they've changed the game. Everyone's trying to emulate that with the essence of now technology and taxation. Our side, that's the entire construct of so-called one paper, digitalization, paperless contract, all of that. People don't know that. But the large fintech players are more trying to 90% of the market. 90%. That's the market share.
सामान क्यों है बे यहाँ पे? कोई कहीं और रख दे। ये धागे उठा हर जगह से। हाँ, नहीं, मुझे कुछ नहीं। लोग ले नहीं रहा सामान।
Let's start the session again. Just grab your drinks and please be seated. Friends, please be seated. Friends, please be seated. Good job. You're doing an amazing job. Thanks for coming. All good at Amazon? You can take your drinks there. Allowed? No. Please, please. This will add flavor to the discussion. Over it. I'm a volunteer. Volunteer. शादी ब्याह बच्चे का मुंडन I host. Hello, sorry, Valley based, yeah. Friends, I'm starting the session now. Please grab a seat. Friends who are standing, please grab a chair. Please be seated. Okay, so I'm starting the session now. Am I audible? I'm audible? Cool. Okay. Okay. So we have two important sessions to be conducted now. Okay, I need your attention. Hello? Hello? I need everybody's attention so that I don't confuse you again. Anu, please grab a chair. Sorry. Okay. Shall we proceed? Okay, cool. So There are two activities to be done. There are two activities to be done, two very important activities, and both of these are to be done on the tables where you are sitting. Huh? And the idea is basically, of course, to network, but learn a lot. In the panel discussion, we said that we will have experts sitting on every table, and you can ask them really grilling questions, any personal questions about your investment portfolio, and discuss how they are actually executing things at their end. You have a card, and behind the card, there is a number. This one is table number 1, 2, 3, and these two are table number 4. I hope you are sitting on the right table. The fifth one merges with the fourth one. So you need to be seated on the right table. Oh, it does, it does. In case if there is nothing written behind your card, that means it is table number 5, which is this one. If there is nothing written behind your card, just join this table. Okay, I am again repeating. Friends, that is table number 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 are here. In case if there is nothing written behind your card, proceed towards table number 4 and 5. Okay. Okay. So now we'll start distributing the experts. We have Anu already here. You are there, sir. We have Shiv here, and we have the rest. Okay. So the idea behind this discussion is, hello. Hi. The idea behind the discussion is that every table gets enough opportunities to meet 2 to 3 different experts. So after 10 to 15 minutes, I would request the expert to move to the next table in a round robin fashion, of course. So every table will get 2 to 3 experts to discuss their queries with. Try to have your queries around the domain the expert is representing so that there is not a generic chit chatter that is going on. Cool? So 10 minutes, every expert switches the table. You'll have 2 to 3 experts discussing and answering your questions. So we are starting it right now. Proceed. Check. Friends, in next 5 minutes, your expert will move on. The timer says in next less than 5 minutes. Check. Friends, please conclude the discussion so that the expert can move to the next table. I request the experts to move to the table on their left. The experts move to the table on the left. move to the left, this side. We'll come here. So table number 1 is where the real estate discussion will happen now. So we are about to start the second round. Friends, okay, I'm starting the second round.
दुआ करूंगा मैं कभी भी जब भी go to a place I'll जरूर दुआ करूंगा कि भाई तुम्हारी फैमिली तो पोजीशन पे आ जाए survive that was also only सेफ बहुत वक्त लगता है पर लेकिन
Hello. We have less than 3 minutes for the last round to happen. So after this, we will have the last round. I request all the experts to start moving to the next table. This will be our final round. So we'll have investment banking on the first table. Time's up. Angel investing would now be on table number 4. Okay, friends, just 30 seconds of your time. We are going to have the last round. Mitro, we are going to have the last round, but there is an open discussion again happening after the activity, after the event. So you can ask more questions.
Showing is 11.
एट टू 8:30 अपना एक्टिविटी है 15 मिनट जजिंग है 8:45
Just wait for you 5 10 minutes.
Friends, 2 minutes to go. Friends, conclude your current discussion. Okay, I need your attention just for 10 seconds more. Friends, I need your attention for 10 seconds. We had 3 rounds of discussion. If we have the fourth one, you would then talk to every expert by now. I have some time in hand. Do we want to do one more round? So that you have the fourth expert also coming to your table? Okay with that? Okay. So I'll start the timer again and we'll move again so that the third table also gets the fourth expert. You're having one more round which completes all the experts and all the tables.
अभी वॉलेट ब्यूरो का देख रहा था मैं, बहुत बकवास स्क्रीनिंग हो रही है। जरूरी है सो saying this ना चलो मेरा जो था वो स्क्रिप्ट वो आया ही नहीं चल में आ गया
Friends, we'll take 2 more minutes and we conclude this part. And after this, we'll go on the engagement activity.
से बहुत अच्छा हो गया। पूछ रहे उसको बोल, तू पूछ रहे हैं मतलब काम कर हमारे लिए बस तू। जाओ तुम आराम करो ना, मेरे को अपन मिलते रहेंगे।
In 2 minutes, we move to the last section of the event. Okay, friends, let's conclude our discussions.
For which event? बताएगा for which event, which day, which day.
Okay, friends, I would request you to conclude right now. I have just one activity left for today's evening. It's a very interesting thing before we start our dinners and drinks. Hi. I'm. I think by if I vote out, people would say Mr. Patel has attracted most questions in most of the tables. Table number 1, Anu. We want to conclude this part, so we move to the last activity that I have for today. Right. Okay. Okay, friends. I need your attention. Can you guys join here? On this side. Okay, everybody, please be attentive here. Anu? Okay, in case if I would not be able to communicate what we are about to do, it will confuse things further. So please stop and concentrate here. Okay, we are about to conclude our meeting today, but there's one small, funny, creative game that we want to play to keep our moods high when we go for dinner and drinks. Okay, Mitro. So the idea is, as I said, hopefully this round of table that happened, which is the actual essence of this whole event wallet bureau. The idea is that you got chance to meet so many people who are investors, who have monies, and you have monies, and you figure out ideas where to pull in that money. In case if it is still not clear, you have somebody where you can put your money on. Okay. But again, moving ahead, I have one last element for the evening today. It's a small fun game, and we have these kind of activities first to unleash creativity in ourselves, and second is the only thing that happens in most of the events is you will remember 20% of the people you met, 80% you will forget, 80-20 rule, Pareto principle, and from the 20% you will never be in touch with them. Even if you will meet at the other event, you will not be able to recollect ke hua kya tha, what was the discussion I really had. So we always keep one engagement activity in every event wherein you engage in something with the other person. We are all seated on table number 1, 2, and 3 right now. What if I can do an activity wherein everybody participates? Like whenever there is a Q&A, somebody might have a good question and the answer just takes up the whole time. But what if I have an activity where everybody participates? So now I would want your support to play a game. They merged. Okay. Okay. So are we ready for the game? It's a quick 15-20 minute game. We'll have fun and then we'll conclude and we'll have the open networking again. Okay. I have everybody's attention because I can't repeat it because there are too many. I'm just saying that there are too many rules for people to miss it. So the name of the game is very simple. The game is called Banana. Kise, kiska, nobody's even thinking of the fruit banana. Okay, and you guys are right. Like entrepreneurs and investors are always right. Life is about banana. Okay, whenever we want to crack something, we figure out a problem and we take the solution, and the first step is solution banana. Solution banane ke baad team banana. And then you figure out who will buy this shit that I've created. So market of the whole product, banana. And if you still can't crack it, you'll find out an investor, and then investor ko bhi banana. Okay, so hence the name of this game is called Banana. You have been given certain topics. I have with me certain problems which are wacky and some problems which are very serious. You have to appoint a leader on your table who would be deciding which problem you choose. Once you decide a problem, you get 20 minutes to solve the problem. Now this problem can be that, hey, India Auto Walas is a problem for me. Okay, somebody on your table decides that why not hire taxis and create a startup called Uber, hypothetically. And then I have some materials lying there for you with which we are actually going to create a prototype of this idea. We have 15 to 20 minutes. We have to be as creative as possible. There would be expert on every table. So I will have Anu, Mr. Patel, Burman on every table so that you can guide them in building this product. And this is a game, this is a challenge. So the team that wins gets extra paneer and drinks from my side, okay, as starters. So, and it is very simple. You have to first create a product. And after the whole 20 minutes are done, all the 3 tables are then going to bid on the other table. Like I will be giving you sheets like this and assume that every table has 100 crores to invest. How much will you invest on the other table? Not your table, of course. And the tally will decide which team wins. Was I clear? 20 minutes, create a product of the problems that you select. And in this 20 minutes, whatever product you create, the wackiest one. So I would want somebody to take the marketing role to explain the product. Somebody who would be the Googler, who will figure out the operations and the research part of it and try to solve the problem. Next 30 seconds, decide who is the leader on your table. And you can join this table also. I have less experts. You can come here. There are less number of people. 30 seconds and we decide the leader. I want somebody to join on table number 1 from this table. If you can, huh? You just need to sit there. No, Anu is taking a break right now, so I also just to sit. Huh? I'm sending these materials on your table. Are the leaders decided already? From this, who is the leader? Okay, from this table. Okay, woman empowerment is what you're going with. On table number 1, who's the leader? Okay, okay. I have a few set of problems. Please do not disclose your problem with the other table. Let us see that whether you created something phenomenally good. Pick one. Pick one. Now, this is not a bomb. Like, and on this table, okay, the captain picks one. Okay, you have a problem, discuss with your team, and in 15 to 20 minutes, you are supposed to create a solution for this problem. Clear? Yes. Guys. The solution means you create a device, a gadget, a machinery, a building, a solution, a service, a hospital, a building, anything from the materials that you have. And in 5 minutes into this activity, you will realize how much of creativity the team has. Yes. There are 15 items on your table. The more you use, you win. Huh? Decide the product that you are going to make, use those 15 items and create the product.
इससे ज़्यादा नहीं, इससे ज़्यादा और नहीं है।
You have 15 items. Use at least 12 from the 15.
तो घर पे संभाल के पहुंच
In 10 minutes, you will start pitching your product to the other company to invest in. Last 5 minutes and you are going to pitch your product. And that is where the most jokes will come from. Last 2 minutes. Last 30 seconds. Also, please name your product. Name the company, name the product. Friends, everyone please be seated. Please be seated. आराम से बैठ जाइए. अब करेगा. Please stop building your product. This is the last 10 minutes between you and your dinner. So please don't extend it. Okay, please be seated. Please be seated. Everybody, table number 1, please ask him also to join you for a minute. Okay. Okay, so now we are going to discuss what was the problem and how did we solve. Okay, guys, we are supposed to decide which one was the best product. Table number 2 is working on the pitch, I understand. Sir, thamba. Okay, I have everyone's attention, please here. Arey, ruk jao. Okay, I would want the leaders to stand and everybody seated. Leaders standing and everyone is sitting. Okay, what was your problem?
Well, our problem was waste management.
This was waste management. This one is terrorism, corruption. So the good part is that nobody got a cheat which I wrote, which said Saas Bahu problem. I also had a few of my personal problems written there. So now where the real pitch happens, can you really sell that stuff? The investor ko banana wala part. So from your table, who would want to explain whatever is being made?
Before he starts with the entire essence, the entire aspect for us in this project, given that the project was about waste management, it had a social impact angle. The idea of our product is to go across and penetrate society at a large, to go and benefit more of the rural and some of the urban elements as well, where
Okay.
it's a practical problem that we are trying to solve. My friend here will explain what we are trying to do and how this solves a real-time basis with a very, very large benefit to the society and the entire ecological system.
Emo add kar diya pitch mein. Okay, waste management.
Yes.
What is the name of the product?
The name of the product is Sasha. All right.
Kachra Star.
Kachra Star.
Okay.
See, what's the biggest?
Guys, you would have to rate how good the product was out of 10.
See, today, can I have your attention, please?
Can we have your attention? Excuse me.
Right.
Have your attention also.
So today we are facing the biggest problem in our society is managing the waste. What happens today is we have plastic dustbins outside every residential apartment.
We have plastic waste bins, even in the rural area may not be there also. We take the waste from the building, we throw it in the plastic bins, then the BMC truck or tempo comes, they pick it up, and then they dump somewhere wherever they find the ground. What we have tried to do is solve this huge problem facing in the Indian society. We have developed a product. What it does is, you can put that waste into the solar panel and energy converter. Yeah. So it's a solar panel waste bin, wherein you put your waste into this bin. The solar panel extracts the energy from the sun, converts that waste into smaller particles down, and transports it into another bin, which is again, the energy motors are there, which will convert that into energy and transport that energy into the residential building or to the houses in the rural areas.
It's a conversion of bio waste into energy to supply electricity. So there are two bins here, one to collect the waste, one to convert that into the energy.
Yes.
The energy is also eco-friendly because all of the electricity to convert, as he said, is generated through the solar panel. And the solar panel also goes across and processes the working of this. Which
You guys are already very passionate on this now, I think. Acha, what is
revolutionary product?
I would want to highlight, they did actually put very detailed work that is there in their product.
Absolutely.
Okay, so I move to the second table now. A big hand for them, come on. Okay, the problem on this table. Okay. Everyone here, everyone. So,
Okay.
okay.
Hi.
Please,
We got this subject as terrorism. We got the subject as terrorism.
The subject is terrorism here, and see what they have made to eradicate
Um,
terrorism.
We have taken terrorism like it's about cyber security systems we need to build up. So the product is actually a firewall.
Okay.
And the product is called Terrorize.
Terrorize.
Okay. Okay. TERO and then RISE. So it's about Terrorize. So this is actually a data center. As you can see, we've tried to build an antenna, and there are some people inside. Then it's actually an intangible asset, so you cannot see the software. So we have a data center, and it has a remote which opens. Well, it is actually a techie kind of control.
To all multinationals and banks and all, and running their
What are these Kulfi sticks for?
This is
Support to the roof.
yeah, it is actually entire thing is techie, so everything has to have some antennae.
Okay.
So this keeps revolving.
Cyber terrorism. So they picked up a niche.
So
they
we
picked up
found a
niche.
product that's firewall. So we
come from cyber. All of us from every aspect are related more to cyber. And this is a data center which is going to be agnostic to any industry. So where you will be running the firewalls and security systems.
He's already.
So we are one of them. We are one of them. No, so again, we are saying ours is a proprietary software. We cannot disclose that to you. What is so, no, but still, yeah.
Mitro, शांत. Okay, Patel sir, I know a very nice farmhouse if you want to invest into. It's near the heart of Mumbai. Just kidding. Okay, so table number 1 claims that they are going to give the best pitch. Table number 2. Okay. So table number 1 is going to give the best pitch that they have promised me.
Who said that?
And the problem they had is.
So we got to talk about corruption.
So this product is called Mitro.
It's the second form of corruption. The Mitro is the second name of corruption. Okay, so let's just talk about it. So we got to think corruption. Everyone knows how corrupt we all. No, not we all, but exactly the kind of so how corruption began. So basically,
What kind of corruption and how are we going to curb it?
Yeah.
Okay, we will look at reducing the level of corruption.
so the name of the company that we formed for handling the corruption is AIM. So in 20 minutes, we are able to form the cards as well. Okay. It's AIM. So AIM is to remove corruption.
So what we do in corruption basically is, like we all are about digital media. We're all about using mobile phones. That is too mainstream. That is too mainstream. No one will install an app of corruption. Like, so, like this guy is doing some corruption. I can just shoot it and just upload it. Oh, that will happen. That will make some magic. That is too mainstream. No one does that. It's like spying. What we do is we want the betterment of the society. What we want to do is we want to, so it's like the youth that they talk about. Why is youth getting into corruption? Why is everyone talking about corruption? Who has taught these things to them? Because of the, so when you see the atmosphere, when you see the surroundings, there are people that who are talking about, isko paisa dena, usko paisa dena. Like the way Indians talk, the way
Product
everyone does it. Everyone does it.
Product kya hai?
So that's the explanation. That's the passion behind creating a product. So yeah, that's how the answer.
Okay. Let them talk. Let them talk. Please.
Yeah. So, So what the product is. So the product is, the name of the company is AIM. So AIM is a company. What AIM does is basically we have a funding of 1,000 crores. We can imagine anything right now. We have a. Wait a second. Wait. That is no. So we have a funding of 1,000. So the product is, we have.
We'll tell you.
Okay.
Today we all know India is the second largest population country in the world, and by 2030 it's going to come on the number one. Okay. Now, by the time we come to 2030 and we become number one, we will have an age group of 32 years of youth that will be the labor class people. Okay. Why are we creating these labor class people? Because one, these people are either undereducated or they are not skilled. So what do? They come from their remote areas, they migrate to the cities, and they start doing jobs. They could be doing jobs in underprivileged situations, in underprivileged work. They could probably have a living, but not a lifestyle. Or neither they are going to raise their lifestyle to a next level. Okay? We are coming to you, sir.
Product kya hai?
So
the excitement is building up.
So see, this is kuch hota hai, okay? Yeah, Shahrukh will marry Kajol in the end, don't worry.
Okay. Okay. You have last 60 seconds to say what the product is.
Okay. So we are developing.
Guys. Let them talk.
The product is an institution. The product is an institution that we are going to.
Wait a second. Let me just complete it. No. The product. No. Product institution, but we provide jobs. How do we provide jobs?
Through skill development.
How do I provide jobs? So, okay, we educate people, we train them, we do everything. So, our government has CBI, our government has anti-corruption branches. What is if there is a way we can collaborate with the government and catch those corrupted people out there with the help of our team? Why? Why not? Again, we train these people with the help of government. If we get affiliated with the government, like what? So if it's a CBI, if it's an anti-corruption unit, how do we get the people in? Just a question. What is my revenue model? Yes.
Just hold. Guys. Let him talk.
We will not invest in your company. You are not serious. Yeah, you know the
Okay.
एक सेकंड बोलने दो यार.
The moment.
अरे कुछ तो बोल. अब 20 मिनट में क्या बनाओ यार?
Guys.
नहीं लेंगे. यही तो है.
If you ever think of corruption in any comics book, there's always this gang which is hidden, being trained ninja turtles coming out of it, and then
create an academy. So basically, we educate people, we train them, we help government. We train them.
training people to curb corruption. We are training people to develop skills. We are training people so that they can start earning their livelihood. Because, like, I'll give you an example.
Because that is the cheat we took.
It is not like an NGO. It's like a skill development. It could be for profit. It could be for. It will.
ये
Be for
गलत है,
profit.
गलत है यार, please.
It has to.
Please, गलत है. Okay, now.
I think we meet one on
Okay.
one. I'll explain the product.
So first things first.
हाँ, जरा आ जाओ. But नहीं. It's a skill development school.
Skill Development Center.
Skill development center.
Okay. Shant, Mitro. Shant. Okay, we need to decide the winners also, right? No. Now call upon winners. Settle down. I know you are sitting on $1 million ventures.
Yeah. Will not tell you the product.
No. Bus. The good part of this activity in most of the events is people start owning the product. People start owning what they built. ना यहाँ पे एक ownership का एक अलग level चला गया है. Okay, so this table had waste management. They made a waste management solar powered turbine sort of. Okay. This had cyber terrorism, and cyber terrorism से we made a महिलाओं शांत हो जाओ. Okay, so cyber terrorism, school to grade, and which is standing on water bottles. I can already see with the word corruption. I can already see with the word corruption. There is a Kejriwal here and there is a Namo here. And then there is a Congress who's figuring out कि हम है ही क्यों. यार ये नरेंद्र मोदी को रोको. Okay, we start. We start from this table. You are supposed to invest 100. Bus. Okay. If you are supposed to invest, you have two ventures in front of you, 100 crore. Do you want to discuss, or you can decide where will you put in? Please. 100 crore to be distributed into ventures. No.
Not really. You know what?
We should give minus 10 points for cheating.
No.
Okay, no. See. I have last. I have last 5 minutes to close. Please coordinate. Do you want to invest? Where?
Let's talk on the
हमारी टीम है इधर का पैसा इधर का पैसा इधर हाँ यहाँ से वाइट होगा ना यहाँ से वाइट होगा.
Okay, how much on this venture? How much on that venture? You can't take the money back. You have to invest. You have to. Here or there? Yes, 100 crore. Hold. Let him talk. So please keep the sum 90. 10, I come to this table. There are 2 benches in front of you and 100 crore in your pocket. How much do you deploy here? How much do you deploy there? 50, 50. 50 here, 50 here. No, Amma! Hold on, hold on, hold on. Hold. Achha, guys. I need to conclude. Please. Okay, I have started writing here. So we have a. Hold. Shant. I move to table number 3. Oh, sorry, 1. 100 crores to be deployed on cyber terrorism or waste management. Okay. Guys. Settle down. First, a big hand for all of you. Come on. I have the numbers with me, which reminds me of a small tale of 2 monkeys and a cat, if you might have heard this. Wherein the monkeys are fighting for food and the cat comes in between and says, "Main settle karta hu isko." Okay? And then the cat eats from here, the cat eats from there. End of the day, monkeys don't get anything, and the cat makes 180 on 60 with others. So the Congress party. So table number 2 wins 180 crores, and the other 2 tables are actually a tie with 60 crores. Okay. I hope you. Acha, thamba. Like I can already imagine that in the dinner you're going to snatch each other's food items also. Extra paneer and drinks. Okay, I have couple of announcements to be made. Very important announcements. First things first, in our panel discussion, I was going to have Vishal Gupta also from Bitcoin, but for some reasons he couldn't make it. I would like to thank him because he had given great value to us. So I just didn't announce that, so I'm announcing it right now. Second, we are going to open drinks and dinner now. Aram se khao. Jhagda mat karo. Dinner is getting opened. It was a great experience having all of you. Very, very different experience for sure. And I hope you had a great night today. Yes, there will be several snippets of it which will come on the Nod app. In case if any of you are not on the Nod app, I would request you to go to the Play Store, App Store and download the Nod app, because this is just one of the things that Nod does. There are events which are related to army, HR, money, guitar, any kind of interest that you have. They create events around it, and then there are communities which is there on the app. So if you don't have the Nod app, please download the Nod app now. And while I don't have many people around from the Nod community, Nod team right now, but a big hand for the Nod team also. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
And you can take my card because now I'm like out. Out if I need it again.
touches you a lot of things.